Well, hey everyone out there, thanks for choosing our short explanation of the game Cool Runnings. Feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme. It's Chris here from JMNC Games, and summer is almost upon us, and I thought it would be fun to play a game that's not only fun, but can also cool you down while you play. Now, if you haven't already done so, please take a moment to like and subscribe to our channel. We'd greatly appreciate that. This game comes to you from Ravensburger, and it is for 2 to 4 players, ages 8 and up. Average game time is about 30 minutes, with the objective of the game to be the player who crosses the finish line first, or be the player who has their ice cubes still on the board while others have all melted away. Now, let's take a look at what's inside the box. There's 5 track boards and the finish line, 4 player containers, 60 playing cards, 8 ice cube makers, 2 eye droplets. There's also a few things that are not included that you will also need to play this game. A bowl of water, some salt, and probably a good idea to have a towel handy. To set up, you'll need to do some ahead-of-time preparation. Take the ice cube makers and fill them equally with water. Place them inside the freezer, and you will need to wait until the ice cubes are completely frozen. But while you wait, select an area that you don't mind getting wet to be the playing area. It's not that the game is very messy, it's just sometimes the players can be. Take the track pieces and lay them out in the center of the playing area with the finish line placed at the end of the course. You can set it up however you wish. You will also need to have your bowl of water and salt by the playing area, as well as the eyedropper. Take the playing cards and shuffle them. Deal each player 4 cards into their hand. Take the rest of the deck and place it face down to the side of the playing area. Once you have 4 frozen cubes, take the cubes out of the ice cube maker and place one in each of the colored player containers. Take the ice cube maker and place it under the bottom of the container so that any melted water will be collected there. Place all of the players at the start. Choose a player to go first. Play will go clockwise around the table. On a player's turn, they select one of the cards in their hand to play and place it face up in the discard pile. These cards have 2 options on them. There is a move option, which is the bottom part of the card, or there is an attack option, which is at the top of the card. If a player chooses to do the move option, they can choose to move themselves or any other player the amount of spaces listed on the card. A positive number moves forward along the track, while a negative number moves backwards along the track. Once the piece has been moved, you see where it lands on the track. These spaces here are normal spaces, and nothing additional happens when landing here. These spaces indicate that if you land here, you will move an additional amount of spaces indicated. These spaces here mean that while a player occupies this space, they are safe from other players' attack. If a player lands on this space, they must draw the top card off the draw pile and receive the attack listed on the card. More about attacks in just a minute. When you are moving a player's container, if a space is already occupied, you do not count the space as you move. For example, I am here. I choose to move 3, and there is another player here. I would count it 1, 2, 3. If when you land on a space that moves you again, if that action causes you to land on the attack space, you would not receive the attack. This is only done when you land here on the initial move of the turn. Now, when a player plays their card and they choose the attack on the card, they name which player they are going to choose to attack. That player would then receive the attack listed on the cards unless they are able to block. More about blocking in just a moment. There are several different types of attacks. There is the squeeze. The attacker takes the player's cube and holds it in their hand. The owner of the cube must count to 10, saying 1 ice cube, 2 ice cube, 3 ice cube, and so on. At the end of the attack, return the cube back to the container. There is the polish. The attacker takes the player's container and rubs their thumb over the ice cube while the owner counts to 10. There is the cold shower. The attacker takes the eyedropper and fills it, then showers the player's ice cube until the eyedropper is empty. Next, there is the hot breath. The attacker takes the player's container and breathes onto the ice cube while the owner of the cube counts to 10. There is salting. The attacker takes a pinch of salt and places it on the player's ice cube. The guessing game. The attacker will take the cube and place it in one hand under the table. The player must guess in which hand is the cube. If they get it correct, the attacker returns the cube. If they get it incorrect, they must try again until the player gets it correct. And finally, there is the water bath. The attacker drops the player's cube into the bowl of water. The player must fish out the ice cube with the container as fast as possible, removing any excess water once retrieved. When a player completes their turn, they draw a new card to be placed into their hand. Now that we understand the basics, let's take a look at blocking an attack. If a player chooses to attack you and you have the same type of card in your hand, you can play that on top of their card. You have now successfully deflected their attack and you become the attacker. Choose another player to attack. If that player also has the same attack icon, they can deflect the attack as well. This would keep going until there is a player who cannot block the attack. Play will continue until one player crosses the finish line or until there is only one player left in play with their ice cube still intact. When a player's ice cube has completely melted, they are out of the game. And so that's Cool Runnings. You know, I never thought of it, but it kind of looks like an ice cube, though, the box, doesn't it? Anyhow, we hope you enjoyed our presentation on Cool Runnings. We have many, many other instructional videos here on the channel, so please take a moment to like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate that. If you have any questions about Cool Runnings, feel free to drop them off down in the comments below, and I'll be sure to answer those as quickly as I can. Well, now you know the basics, so let's play.